Alright, I'm Steven. I do vocals. This is Instigate.
I'm Dan Costner. I play guitar for Instigate.
I'm Matty Breen. I play bass for Instigate.
I'm Jake and I break my drum.
Alright.
Yeah, we're Instigate.
We're Instigate.
We're Instigate.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Cold shoulder.
Give it.
Cold shoulder.
Brief description on how your band was formed.
Steven.
I guess I gotta take control. A couple months before I moved back to Maryland.
Why do you have to walk around? What are you doing?
It's like a fucking tail. Me and Nick Tharp decided that when I moved back, we were gonna start a hardcore band.
I don't even know Nick.
The band started out as a band called Cold Shoulder. It was me, Nick Tharp, Dan here, and some kid named Matt Vollmer on drum.
Matt? He's my old neighbor.
Sometime around like a month, maybe 2 months after I moved back, Jake and I got together and agreed that he was gonna play drums.
No, but really, after that stuff happened, we kind of didn't take it seriously, and me and Steven and our friend Brady and our friend Ryan and Jeremy made a band called Doldrums, and it was like a pop punk project, and then we decided to make like a side project, and I guess that's really how this band formed, because once Doldrums was done, we took this seriously. And then we had a previous guitar player named, we already talked about him, Brady, but due to differences, he's not in the band anymore. So
Dan's here.
Yeah, so Dan.
I came.
Yeah, I came.
Alright, influences.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Youth Crew. Like, I listen to a lot of, Stick Together, True Colors, Stop and Think. I also listen to a bunch of fucking like dark hardcore, like Integrity, Mind Eraser, and Mammoth Grinder. I mean, I listen to a lot though, so I don't really have, like set influences.
A lot of my influences are like...
And Hell Followed With.
Yeah, dude. No. A big influence on what I write is Trash Talk and Minus and Ceremony. Those are big influences on the way I write hardcore. And in a weird way, even though this isn't really like a real hardcore band like us, but 100th is a huge influence on me, on how I write. I love 100.
He hates 100.
They're the best.
Assholes.
I love 100.
My influences are Title Fight. Love Title Fight.
Is that bitch still alive?
It's Jenny. I like Title Fight. I have a really big influences in local bands here too. Distances, I really like.
I'll come back in.
Okay. Wow. I would also have to say maybe like Trash Talk. I love Trash Talk. Suburban Scum.
Trash Talk's a big influence on me.
Yeah, thank you. And Soul Search actually too. Yeah. And actually, it's the Volvo.
Hatebreed.
Hatebreed's not my influence. My biggest influences are probably Killing the Dream,
Danzig,
Soul Search, Integrity, Ceremony. Ceremony's like one of the first hardcore bands I really got into. Victory! I don't really know, man. I love Title Fight, but they don't really influence my drums. Oh yeah, Disengage. Listen to a lot of Disengage lately.
Yo, Ned Rustin!
Alright, what's going on with recording?
We're recording with Todd Davlish. He's my ex. Davlish. Okay.
He's his ex.
Yeah, he's my ex. Guitarist from Friends with a Ghost, and we're recording with him. We're recording a 4-song.
We're doing a 4-song.
We're doing a 4-song EP with him, and then we plan on having a split LP with.
No, it's just gonna be a split. It's just gonna be a split EP.
Just a split EP.
Yeah, and then sometime.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, we're hoping to release an LP.
Yeah. So we're trying to do an EP and then another split EP with probably isn't it Lurker?
Lurker and a band to be announced.
Yeah, a Lurker and a upcoming band, and then we plan on having a full LP by the end of the year, probably about 12 songs.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we don't like you. Okay.
Alright, speaking of ex-Friends of the Ghost, talk about your previous bands and music encounters.
Well,
I mean, since I've been back, I've gone through like 3 or 4 bands. When I lived in Texas, I was in a band called Paradise. We were a little straight edge hardcore band. We sounded a lot like a hardcore band.
It's a kid with a smoky voice.
Yeah, fuck you. I really haven't been in much else. I was in a bunch of deathcore bands when I was like 15, 16 that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Friends with a Ghost, which was, don't talk about that.
Where did it start out?
Friends with a Ghost started out probably about 3 years ago. I wasn't in it. And then I went in on bass for them, and then I decided to be a guitarist because Kyle left because he's a big asshole. And, so yeah, that went good for like, that was a big 3-year run, but we're kind of deciding to call it quits soon.
What about before that?
Before that, I was in this brutal deathcore band called Elizabeth. Dude, everyone loved us. We were like the hardest band alive, dude.
We made hundreds of dollars in merch every day.
Dude, last time we played, I think like 60 people were moshing for us.
There'll be a reunion show December 21st.
What about Matt? Have you ever been in a band?
I played in a pop punk band in vocals as high as. Okay, well, I'm getting there.
All right.
I played a pop punk band called With Every Word.
Lost for Words?
You're funny. No, it was With Every Word. We actually were called Marigold before, and then we changed our name.
I remember that.
Yeah, With Every Word.
I love flowers.
And then I was in a band called As High as Manhattan. It was
as stoned as Brooklyn.
Shut up.
Stop being a fucking goon, dude.
I was in As High as Manhattan. It was just like a metalcore, deathcore band. I did vocals in that.
They sounded like Attack Attack.
Yeah, we sounded like Attack Attack. And then I had...
they ripped a breakdown from Attack Attack.
They did a whole Attack Attack cover set.
Yeah.
Or was that Asking Alexandria?
Yeah, they started off with an
Alexandria. And then I actually have breathing issues with asthma, and I almost died. And,
you did die, motherfucker!
Yeah, and I had to leave the band, and because it was getting hard. And then now I went to Mass Movement with this fucker. And
my mommy.
And his mom. And Johnny was there too. And Johnny was there, and he asked me if I wanted to join. I said sure.
Alright, Jake.
I started out in a band called the Brother and Boys. We were country core, and then we kind of evolved from that to this band called the Old House, which is like ambient melodic hardcore screams. And we just broke up last year, and then I was in this metalcore band called This Side of the Sky. I played with them.
I have a soul faith.
It's not a soul, it's I've lost all faith.
I thought it was a soul faith.
No.
Row!
But yeah, then things didn't go well with them, so I was in Doldrums with Steven and Brady. And then now I'm in Instigate and Dead
Rest in peace,
Images.
Doldrums.
And Old House stuff to get back together.
Alright, briefly.
Yeah, seriously, Steve.
Run us through a typical practice.
Oh my god.
Oh,
nobody shows up. We don't practice. We're pretty much just get together and just write. And then,
We go to Denny's a lot too.
we write a song for about a half hour, then Jake breaks his bass drum head, so we stop, and then we go to Wendy's, and then
You
we
break
go to
Maddie's glasses.
Denny's, and
Oh, yeah, then he breaks
I
my
break his
glasses.
glasses, and we get mad at Steven. We make fun of Steven.
Oh yeah, and everywhere we
Then
walk, he moshes.
And we make fun of JJ over here, and
JJ. What does that stand for again?
No. Shut the fuck up, please.
Yo, I bought him Fago once. All
right.
I don't care. Everyone loves Fago.
Alright, last but not least, who would you like to thank?
I would like
And any closing words?
I would like to spank Katy Perry, but I'd like to thank, all my boys out in Texas. I'd like to thank the hardcore scene in general. Like, mad fucking love.
yo, a big thank you to me for this band is Chuck, his grandpa.
Yeah, my grandpa.
Oh yeah, fuck
He
yeah,
is the
Chuck.
man.
Chuck
He is
rules.
an 80-year-old man, and he drives us everywhere because we're all bums. And we all suck.
And he actually supports the
And
band.
like for example, the show last night with Burdens. He shut up, Casey. With Burdens, he sat there for like 6 hours while we were in the show.
Yeah, that is.
But he's a good guy. That's all I have to say.
Jake would like to thank
haven't even-
Violent J. Thank you, too dope.
I want to thank my parents. In all honesty, I really actually kind of do. I would like to thank Jake L, who's in Passengers, because he actually influenced me to be straight edge. Why is that funny, dude? I'm being serious. And stop.
Broke straight as we were in the hospital.
Okay, yeah, technically. And then, honestly, too, I'd like to thank all these guys for actually getting me in a band that I actually really love.
Group photos.
Hey, I didn't. Don't fucking hug me. You were just an asshole. Get the fuck off me.
We're Instigate.
No, wait.
Hey, future ex-member of Instigate.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Kyle Garner for like helping us out with everything, even though we're so like iffy about shows and shit like that. But like, yeah, putting us on the show last night, our first show, ruled. And I'd like to thank the members of Call Me a Dreamer because they're like our best friends. And yo,
Yo, shout out to Hoodlum, shout out to Native Son.
Yeah, Native Son, that's what's up.
Yo, shout out to my boys in Truth.
All right,
Refiner.
Yo, shout out to Refiner.
All right, we're Instigate.
We're Instigate.
We're Instigate.
Come swipe in.
We're Instigate.